tēnā koutou katoa. No mai hoki mai ki the Fourball brought to you by the Kiwi Golf Club. Ko PJ Tōku Ingoa joining me tonight. PVK is back. Mr. Bondi is wielding a bottle of wine by the looks of it. And the person who was meant to join us last week but couldn't because I won't say what he said in the chat. But Mr. Taylor, welcome to the pod, bro.
Thank you. Yeah, good to be here.
nice.
Representing down in the O3 on a horrible spring day, absolutely bucketing down with rain in Christchurch today.
For those of us in the North Island, where the hell is the O3?
Where's the O3? Oh, with the land of freedom and the land of freedom and beers poured up from our local brewery. So yeah, we won't rub that in too much, but yeah, great to be with you here tonight, boys.
Nice. What do we do? We want to do our mental wellness check-in. We'll start there, boys?
Yeah, definitely.
All right, we'll start with you in the corner there, Bondi, bottom corner.
Oh yeah, man. I'm just gonna try. It's been a harder week this week with our confusing stuff that we've got going on. I don't want to die. I'm gonna try stay away from the COVID chat. So I'm gonna try push a bit of positivity and because I mean it's a small part in our life, this little bit right now. And I just want to say to everyone out there, all the golfers, following our guidelines and the rules and just being chill, I'd say. Just being relaxed. Thank you so much to all of them. Like, you guys are champs, actually making our job and our lives a lot easier because not always it's easy. Yeah. So yeah, it's been a tougher week, but positive. I want to stay on the positive side tonight.
Nice. PVK?
Yeah, bro. It's been a busy couple of weeks since I've been on the podcast. Had a baby, obviously, so things are really good on the home front.
Congratulations, by the way. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. Really, really good. Yeah, pretty happy. How about you, Peach?
What's happened in the last week? I think it's been a pretty good week, bro, for me, compared to the last time we did this mental wellness check-in. Got out, played some golf. Someone called me out, or stupidly called me out. They got dealt to. So, it was a good week, bro. Good week. What about you in the O3, Luke?
Yeah, I mean, relatively speaking, I guess can't complain. I mowed the lawns twice this week. The grass is growing and the sun is shining. And I just feel like we're in the downhill now to summer, and I'm pretty pumped about that, So I know that there's a bit of uncertainty out there, and everyone is starting to get a bit towards the end of their fuse, perhaps. But I mean, birds are chirping and sun is shining, grass is growing. So I'm looking forward to the summer.
Nice. Before we get into our next segment, regular segment, which is what are we drinking? You can get involved with the conversation. You can ask us questions. Just type them in the comment section below, and we can bring them up as we go along. Or if you want to ask us a question, you can do that too. We'll start with you, Bondi, because I referenced the bottle that you were holding in your hand at the start there. What have you got?
I've got a Sauvignon Blanc, actually. Which we got going there. I was sharing the post on Facebook, so I was kind of just doing two things at once. Then realized we were starting. All of a sudden, I had the wine halfway there. A little Sauvignon Blanc tonight. Mix it up from the half average cocktails I've been making so far. Might have to step up the game soon. What about Luke? You've got some tasty ones there. I've been seeing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm on a delicious pilsner tonight from a local brewery here in Christchurch called Chinchilla. This one, bit of a shout out for the old elbow touch, for the old touch my weenus, and just come on. If you're down here in Christchurch or if you're in the area, it's now selling at New World on Durham Street. So. Yeah, local boys and a really good bunch, and big into their golf as well, and members of the KGC. So look out for them when they first run in the supermarkets down in New World down this way. So good on you boys.
Shout out.
Good shit.
PVK, are we wielding a Milo or anything this week?
No, brother, just the Waimaori or water. Keeping it clean.
Yeah,
baby. So
body is a temple.
Not after the shit I've been eating this week. Oh,
I stick with my faithful behemoth brain smiles. It's a It's pretty much on the light end. It's a 5.4 hazy pale ale.
Yeah,
I like that. That's the light end, the 5.4. And behind the scenes, I did see 3 cans coming. So is that what we?
No, just the one.
Oh,
Well,
right.
it looks like one on the pod anyway.
I did check in with Boneface to see where our beers are at, and they're actually going around the tour of the country. So they ended up in Picton, and they've been rediverted back up to Auckland. So anytime, Ash.
Hey, they
anytime.
Because we'll get into this conversation with Luke anyway. But they may not make it.
Yeah,
and that'll be a pity.
Yeah,
a real pity.
Yeah.
This is just a prop.
Nothing. Just an empty shell on the end.
Yeah.
It's still Boneface IPL, still great drop. Still one of my favourite, the India Pale Lager. If you've never been into that, great hoppy summer beer. So geez, I'm looking forward to sliding one of those down. That's for sure.
Sliding one of those down. All right.
Moving on.
That's that O3 terminology, eh?
All right, here we go. Luke, we didn't get a chance to talk to you last week. For those that don't know, Luke is a part of the team here at the Kiwi Golf Club. He was meant to come on because these turned up last week, just in time for the podcast. You can see one on PVK's screen as well. But why couldn't you make it?
Oh, a few dramas last week. It's a combination of sick wife and some sick dogs, and an emergency trip to the after hours. With one of the dogs, $695 later. Thank you very much. And I'm not sure what she shouted down on, but she was an expensive week, that's for sure. So no, my apologies, but no, we're here laughing, and we're not down an animal. So yeah, it's gonna come out in the wash.
No. Nice. But you sent these up, right?
Yeah.
And I referenced that that our beers may not get to Auckland. Do you know what the situation is there? Because you've got a whole bunch of stock of these just sitting at your place, not going anywhere.
Yeah, it's a dynamic.
Cam Jones has one, right? Cam Jones has one sitting there. Is that correct?
Cam Jones is sitting in my shop at the moment. Which went out with the courier this week and then got returned about 6 hours later back to our place. So for those that aren't aware, I run a business that makes and manufactures neon signs and sells them around New Zealand. So you've obviously got a few bright examples in the backgrounds here, and it's been pretty challenging. So even though we've been reasonably unrestricted down here in Christchurch, getting stuff to and from Auckland is pretty difficult. And we buy supplies in from overseas, and we've had stuff stuck in customs for 45 days, just little bits and pieces. And this week was a bit challenging. We had a big shipment due to courier out to our customers up in Auckland now that they can start to receive stuff. And got the word from NZ Post that nothing can happen for the next 10 days. So it's all actually got returned back to us, and we're forced to sit on it for a few days. So I think if you do see your courier drives around, especially the local guys and girls that come to your door, give them a shout out. They're all independent owner operators, and they've been working hard to keep the wheels turning. So I always remember to go out and leave a treat out for them, or leave some beers out for them or something. But they're doing it tough. So some patience is the key if you are waiting for stuff to arrive. Doesn't matter who it's from.
Sorry, these signs, I just want to say, because I got one. I got a piece of one. Actually, this is supposed to go with Peter's one. But they've got a backing, and then they're what is this, like a plasticky? I don't know what it is. But I was so used to it being like a glass, and I thought I'm going to get it, and I'm going to try put it on the wall. I'm going to drop it, and then Peter's going to be angry at me. But it's actually epic, and I feel that it's childproof, so that's good for me. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, we do the old school glass tube neon every now and then. But this day and age, LED is the lighting product of choice, right? So what you've got there is an LED product that's mounted to a clear acrylic background, 5 millimeters, and then it's got a little PVC coating over the top of it, and that's what gives it its kind of neon glow, which gives it this effect here. And you can do other fun things with it. Like LED products can be dimmed down, so we can dim them up and down, like we see here, which you can't do with the glass ones, and you can ship them around the country without too much without too much problem. So that's how it got up to you nice and quick, Bondi. So yeah, it's a good product, quite affordable, great for small businesses, and yeah, you can check us out, neonsigns.co.nz if you can.
Yeah, gave you a little plug last week. But Neon Signs isn't the only kind of thing that you're into. Have you still got a lawn mowing business where you can kind of stripe up people's lawns like a golf course?
Yeah. Neon Signs is the side hustle, something that the wife and I do. But yeah, the reason I'm here and chatting to you guys is I work in golf and work as the chief executive of Clearwater Golf Club in Christchurch. So that's definitely something that is a passion of mine and a big part of the Clearwater team, especially over the last couple of years. It's been super exciting. So yeah.
Yeah. And how did you first get involved with us, the Kiwi Golf Club?
That's a good question. I think it's probably Pete might be able to answer this. It's probably about 5 or 6 years ago, like right at the early stages of Kiwi Golf Club. I think I was living down in Queenstown and had joined the page. But it's like I'd moved to Queenstown for a job and didn't know anybody there. And golf was a bit shit by yourself, I think was the moral of that story. So I joined a golf club. A bunch of old dudes at the golf club, the usual story, and was getting to know some people, but had joined up on the page and was looking for some guys to play golf with. And Pete actually messaged me saying he was coming down to Queenstown on a work trip. And so we met up, played a couple of rounds of golf, I think, in Queenstown. And yeah, it's been all downhill since then.
Yeah, no, we got on. Yeah, definitely downhill since then. We got on at Calvin Heights, and we were meant to play Arrowtown on the Friday, but I got a text from you. Because I remember it was snowing that day as well. So I was like, this is going to be dope playing golf in the snow. Like, I'm never ever going to get to do this shit ever. I don't even know if you can play in the snow, but whatever. I got a text from you at like 7 o'clock in the morning. Sorry, man, I got a real sore guts. I can't come. Chuck my clubs down for no reason. I was like, can I get a taxi out there? I was like, taxis out to Arrowtown is freaking expensive. It was like nearly $100, I think.
Did you still play?
No, I didn't play. No, I just stayed in a hotel.
No such thing as bad weather, only bad clothing, right? So
yeah.
But a bit of golf in the snow, that would have been good. It would have been good fun. But no doubt that I parked. I mean, I still stay true to my don't play golf in the rain, don't play golf in the cold. Fair weather for sure.
That's the way. That's the way.
Yeah, and the first time I ever met you, we played at Coringa.
Yeah.
On rock, freaking hard greens.
Yeah.
Because there's no frost right now. Yeah. I came down with the bro Adam. I think he's already commented, and yes, he has. There he is. I came down with Adam Arnold. We played with you as well, and that was our first experience of Clearwater. I think collectively we lost maybe. I'm not going to say the number, but it was definitely double digits. Yeah. What's your how do you go about retrieving all of those balls?
Well, there's a stat for you. Believe it or not, we from the lakes at Clearwater, on average per year, it's somewhere in the vicinity of 25 to 30,000 balls per year get brought back up again. And for those that have been in through our pro shop, we do the majority of the product that we sell is Pro V1s and maybe the odd Pro V1X and these days actually a few Pro Gs as well. So they're not they're not top flights coming back out of the crystal clear waters of Clearwater, that's for sure. But we actually have a guy who lives at the resort and his son who is a diver. And he does it for a bit of a university, kind of after school university type job. So he goes down, dives on the lakes, which are they're deep, but they're not they're not unreachable. And he fishes them all out for us. And a bunch of them get recycled and get sold back out through the shop again. So it's a good circular economy for sure.
That's great. Listening to this, Bondi, I'm going through my commercial dive ticket at the moment. Can I get in the lakes at Gulf Harbour?
Yeah, man. I don't know.
Maybe just get the my balls back. But
yeah, hey. Probably all of yours that are out now. There's actually quite a few bigger eels and little carp in there, Pete. That might give you a bit of a scare, though. Don't know what the fish life is down like at Clearwater there.
Funny story. We shot some geese, some Canadian geese on the course not too long ago, and we went out to retrieve the next day. We went out to retrieve these geese from the middle of the lake, and they'd gone. And there are bigger eels in the lake, so the working theory was that they got eaten. So yeah, I'm not so keen if I put my wetsuit on and go down and fish out the pro V's. But yeah, I mean, if you're getting paid 20 cents a ball and you're at university, maybe that's what you're into. So for sure.
Yeah, I haven't had the chance to play golf with you, Luke. I've only seen you throw at Formosa. It's an interesting experience.
I mean, you got to tell us a story. Come on, you got to tell us a story. What's the story?
Well, no, when I first met, like I think we had a few like video chats and stuff, and it was like the stuff you're doing at Clearwater was, for me, my job, super interesting to hear from you. Like I'm still really engaged with all the stuff that you do, just for how it applies to me. And then we get there and we go out, you guys play golf. I was just sort of helping out that day, just walking around and trying to look all big time. Just actually was quite hungover and I didn't want to hit any shots, if I'm going to be completely honest. Then we had our first shootout, which was great. And I'm so glad Luke was throwing them back, the golf balls back for people to hit them, because there's that, if you know Formosa, there's it's like an island green on is it the 18th?
18th.
Yeah. And we just went for one of those throws back to the people hitting golf balls. It only had to fly about 20 meters and it didn't make it.
Yeah, I think I'm under that.
Yeah, in front of 70 people.
Yeah, I'll
I'm hoping the golf's better, actually. In all fairness,
I'm pretty sure I beat PJ off the stick that day, so I was pretty happy.
I think you beat quite a lot of people off the stick with your ridiculous handicap there, Luke.
I think I got like 45 stable fits or something and didn't even make it into the money. That's KGC tournament for you, right? I think the person who won was right up there that day.
46.
There
was something ridiculous, yeah.
I think it was like a 52 or something.
Oh, 50? Oh.
Yeah. Because I remember just slapping my car down in front of people, being like, boom.
And that segues us quite nicely into our first ad break, doesn't it? PVK?
It does. Who are we advertising today? Because I actually don't know. Who are we plugging? No.
Or the pahua that are out there.
Oh yeah, sorry. There we go. Yeah,
on,
baby brain.
He's a bit slow. He's just had a baby.
Baby brain. Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, definitely baby brain. I think I can claim that as well. So yeah, back to our Kiwi Golf Club memberships. You would have seen on Instagram and Facebook, our Facebook page, a new campaign, I guess, that we're getting going around getting people involved in golf and getting people signed up with handicaps. So check out our membership packs. I think I've got one here. What it's in here? Hat.
Imperial cap. That's quality hat.
Sleeve of balls.
Bridgestone golf balls. Logo.
Some level pegs.
Hardwood tees.
Yep. There's a bunch of other goodies as well that come in. There's a
Neuro gum. Are we still got bootleg?
Waiting on the next shipment. So still waiting on that stuff. And what else? My golf, the protein bars.
Yeah,
Max Golf Protein.
Max Golf Protein. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so there's a bit of stuff going in there, and a $50 event entry. Obviously, we haven't really got any events going on in the upper north at the moment, but you'll be able to catch it in next year or even this year, hopefully, potentially.
Fingers crossed.
Christmas event for our upper north. We're hoping December. We'll see. Yep.
And a complimentary round for 2 at Gulf Harbour.
Yeah.
Okay. Right, Fraser Bond? That's that's not included.
It's not included in everybody's pack. Jeepers peepers.
That use discount code not happening.
James can't come. He spelt golf wrong for my place. It's That's it. You're out, mate. You're gone.
But just on that, like that is something that I've kind of been trying to work on, is getting like monthly deals for our Kiwi Golf Club, like financial members. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe we'll keep tabs on this. It will be coming.
Yeah, it's a little bit tricky. Everyone out there who's listening at the moment, because you can't actually. Well, I mean, I feel a little bit uncomfortable reaching out to clubs. I mean, all golf clubs are looking after their members in Auckland at the moment, and that's what they want to look after, which is perfectly understandable. Yeah. So hopefully, as we get through this COVID debacle, we can open it up to everybody, get those deals going.
Nice. Seeing as you're on the big screen there, Bondi, do you want to take us into our next talking point?
Right, yeah. I guess we skipped over that. I feel like we juggled it around a bit, but that's okay. What's happening down south? We've seen some things in the paper there about Shirley Golf Club, and about a bunch of trees coming down, and we've got our man on the ground, Luke Taylor, to give us some feedback on what's going on down there, and then kind of talk about what happens when clubs change their golf course. So what's happened down there at Shirley, Luke? Give us the rundown.
Yeah, obviously, Shirley Golf Course down here, Christchurch Golf Club, have taken a bunch of trees down, big ones, pines, maccarps, some pretty big bits of timber, and it's part of their returning the golf club back to its bread and butter, which is a links style golf course. But it's obviously caused a bit of angst amongst some corners of the membership and potentially some of the local residents around as well. So you might have seen it pop up in the Herald, popped up a few times, just maybe a bit of journalistic muckraking, I guess. They love poking fun at golf clubs, I guess. But yeah, I mean, my hot take, I mean, good on Shirley, trying to do something, trying to differentiate, trying to make the course better, and trying to go, I mean, like I've said before, the last thing Christchurch needs is another woodland golf course, right? We don't need more pine trees on our golf courses down here. And they're doing something about it. So look, I guess that there are some people that, and I suppose in every membership around there's pockets that don't want to see things change, but Shirley's thinking out to the future. They're thinking about how they can be different, and I respect them for that. And it's tough. It's tough being in charge of a golf environment, trying to make changes with an eye on the future, especially in an aging membership environment where some pockets of the membership don't want things to change. So, yeah, good on them for breaking a few eggs, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's a real good point. That I mean, pine trees is a big part that they've cut down, and pine trees are a pest for us. I mean, we're dealing with quite a few at Gulf Harbour at the moment, and trying to implement some natives for your area and trying to grow that into your golf course really actually helps that longevity of that golf course and how it goes. Because a pine tree is a very short-term plant, right? It's a very dangerous, especially when they get quite high and they actually need to come down. Like Southhead up here. I mean, it's quite some time ago now, but when they cut down all of their trees, it really changed the layout of the golf course. But it's something that actually needed to be done, and you can't, you get emotionally attached to a golf course. You've hit that tree so many times, slicing it on the first hole that you feel you miss that nowadays. It's important that you just progress along those lines.
Yeah, I mean, you can rationalise these things quite easily. You can talk about pines being pests. You can talk about water usage. You can talk about the health and safety, all that sort of stuff. But for me, what I see, from what Shirley's trying to do from a strategy perspective is create an environment that's unique to them. And like you said, pines aren't native. Big trees aren't native here. I'd love to see more wetlands golf courses down this part of the world. And and again, good on them for taking some advice and looking at their course architecture and trying to figure out how to differentiate themselves heading into the future. So 2 thumbs up from me. Surely keep it up.
So when you make a change to a golf course, I guess not a lot of people think about it, because as technology has sort of advanced our game so far in the last few years, you can't just go ahead and say, oh, I'll throw a bunker there and I'll throw some long grass there and throw a lake in there, because it's really going to affect the way that you play. And I don't think enough people take the time, or members at most clubs, same thing, emotionally attached to it, to actually think about how it's going to affect everybody, not just your game. And it's really important to think about when you want to try to get new players into the game, what grass you cut back, what trees you cut down, and which bunkers that you add and take out, and then how that affects 10 years down the line, because that's what you want. You want 10, 20, 30, 40, 100 years out of your golf course, right? So every decision should be based on that. I don't know any other course that's probably going to go through a massive change coming up sometime soon. If anyone does know, I mean, that could be a really cool thing to talk about if anyone's going through a redesign.
No, but I do have a question for you boys. You have to pick one golf course and change one thing about it. What is it?
Big question. Hey, throwing out the hard one.
Sorry, we didn't prep this one. We didn't prep this one. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah. I'll start then, PJ. I've got one for you.
Go on then.
Aotearoa Golf Course in Queenstown. I'll put some bunkers in. Right, the no bunker golf course. Get some bunkers in there, guys. I played with a mate of mine. I don't know if he's listening. I hope he is. But he's a member down at Aotearoa. He came up. We went around Clearwater, and we've got some pretty brutal bunkers. And geez, he should have bought his jandals, And he was spucket and spade brigade all day long, having not had out of a bunker for 8 weeks. So yeah, do yourself some favours. Get some bunker. I know that's a good course, and there's some other features, but chuck a few greenside potentially in your next development.
Yeah, I thought you were going to say Clearwater, get rid of the water, but no.
Was that saying how to get rid of the hills?
I wouldn't mind that, or how get rid of the cliff.
Could come in handy every now and then.
PVK, have you got one, bro?
Yeah, off Mornington, down in Wellington. Flatten it out. It is what's it called? Fourball. It's right in the central city. I lived like 2 minutes away from it and didn't play it because it was just like up and down. Wasn't really that well maintained. It's a council track, and it's a part of the city green belt or shelter belt. But yeah, if they flattened that out, put a bit of money into it, I would have been there every day.
Yep. Bondi?
Chamberlain, bring the motorway more into play. I don't think enough accidents has happened. I'm actually drawing a blank on like every golf course I could possibly think of. I mean, Kinloch I was talking about today. I mean, if like every time I go there, I feel like I'm playing Augusta speed greens. Actually, Kinloch slow down the greens, and I'll feel a lot happier playing it.
I feel a lot of people would feel the same about Golf Harbour greens.
But I feel that we've got like at least maybe 3 or 4 feet before there's another break. Like something about Kinloch, I swear every putt I have is 4 feet long after having about 3 other putts, and then got still like a double breaker to go. But I really, one of my favorite places to go and play, just because I get so beaten up and I keep going home and going, I'll get it next time. Yeah, definitely. Never have.
Yeah. That's where they keep raking you back in.
Yeah. You can't dive for golf balls anywhere there. So long grass, if you want to find a few Pro Vs, just every hole at Kinloch, you'll find mine.
PJ? What about you, brother?
I didn't really think this part through.
Here we go.
How it changed the pro? No. Okay, sorry.
Oh wow!
No.
That's the pro Dan Rutley.
Oh, no, wait, you're not. Sorry, that was actually Dan Rutley. Yeah, sorry.
No. I'm the head bro. BRO. I'm not head pro. Yeah. No, it would be probably just yeah. See, level peg knows. Tough question. It would probably be. I've mentioned this before, but Formosa 9th.
Oh, the bunker.
With the
Get
bunker.
rid of the bunker,
Yeah, that bunker that's like right there on the kind of corner before it starts to dog leg. It just fucks too many high handicappers rounds before you get to the back 9. So yeah.
Controversial Auckland controversial comment. Holy moly.
Not having a good day out on the 13th and 14th stage.
I think this is a pretty controversial one that I could get involved in. No,
go on then. Go on.
Yeah, okay. It's 2 par 5s at Wainui, and I can't say anything about it because everyone just thinks that I dislike Wainui. I'll say it right now, is that I actually like the course. I've got no problem. Like, everyone thinks I hate it because like we're a competing course. Like I did my apprenticeship under Mike, who's over there, Mike Duncan, like shout out, absolute legendary dude. Would not be anywhere where I am today without that guy. And he went out to work at Peninsula there. It was a great opportunity for him, and we still talk now. We probably never talk golf, which is like the greatest part about our relationship. But those 2 holes that are out there, 13, 14 on the other side of the roads, back-to-back par 5s, and it's just there's no catch area off the tee. There's no really aggressive way to play both of them. There's a way to play them and make par every time, but it's just and that's not good for when I hit it really wide. It's it's really tough, and that's why Gulf Harbour I love every par 5. No, but it's just I think there was a really cool hole at Peninsula. I'm going to really struggle because it's so long ago. It was like a really up to the right par 4, and you could drive it, but you kind of had to hit it over the houses. And if you left it short, you hit it into someone's trampoline, and you felt really bad about it. But that 13th hole there at Wainui, that could have been almost a recreation of that as a par 4. But as a par 5, I feel like if you don't hit a really, really super drive, you're trying to make par, safe bogey instead of trying to make birdie. And then same on the next one, if you hit a really super drive, you've kind of got to hit like a snap hooky slinger down 14 to try get it to the green to make, or you lay up and you're still trying to, knowing my wedge game, I'm definitely still trying to save par or not make bogey. So those 2 holes, I think they could do with some small changes too, but it's the golf course. The golf course is what the golf course is. You have to play what the golf course is there, and you can make par on it, and you can make birdie on it. You just can't hit driver, really. It's simple as it is.
That's
if anyone from Wainui is listening on their course committee, see Steve Morgan. Also, can I get on? Because I still actually haven't played Wainui. So if there is any Wainui members that...
Have you not played Wainui?
I haven't played Wainui. It's just up the road from me as well.
It's so bad.
Oh, bro, we got to change that.
Yeah.
We have to change that.
Yeah, we'll change it.
We'll go for a game, Pete.
I'll chuck it out. I don't know if this is going to be controversial. I don't know if I necessarily mind that though, Pondy. I don't mind. Do we take it for granted that on a par 5 you're going to get the big dog out and you're going to try and get, you're going to give yourself a crack at the green and 2 or the green and 3? Is that realistic? We've got 2 par 5s at Clearwater where you can't hit driver off the tee. We've got cross creeks, we've got hazards. Unless you've got a tailwind or a Bryson drive on you, you're not taking it on. So I don't mind a thinking golf course where you have to think about a 5 wood or a 3 wood, to position yourself and to give yourself some challenge to make par. I don't think that's a bad thing.
I like that idea too. I'm not against it. And anything that gauges your distance in a par 5 when you're teeing off, saying like, I could hit it to here to have a chance in 2, but if I hit it 5 minutes short, I've lost my ball. I'm in the hazard, or if I have 5 minutes long. The problem I struggle with some of these par 5s, and especially those 2 there. Maybe if I was more accurate, I could probably have a better standing on how I play the hole. But I just feel that you can't hit driver. It's a 0 option if you want to play the hole well. And you're saying that you get one tailwind and you could probably get down there, and that's mint. I've got an option to hit driver if I want to, and there's probably a big risk and reward, where the risk severely outweighs the reward on those 2 par 5s. And I feel that when you get to 2 par 5s on some courses back to back, as a better player, you should be like chomping at the bit to try and make birdie. Yeah. And I play those 2 holes, and I'm chomping at the bit not to make like 2 bogeys.
Yeah.
And I could overpower it, but you could hit, I don't know, it's weird. I could hit 7 iron, 7 iron, 7 iron. And I guess you could do that on every par 5, but I feel that's still the only option I have. Not I can hit driver and then maybe take a risk. It's just not there. I love a thinking golf course where you go, actually, I have to hit this if I want to win this tournament. I like what you're saying for sure. But those ones are a little trickier. Have you played it, Luke? Have you been up when you were up here, or?
I did play it when I was up there, but I've only played it once, so that caveat. Definitely not as familiar with it as you boys, but you guys will know that down in Clearwater, for those that have played that, there's definitely one par 5 where you don't hit driver, especially off the blues.
What hole is that one?
That is the 14th on the back 9. You've got a cross creek that's right at about the 220, 230 metre mark, 210 metre mark, depending on what tees you're off. And then you've got to clear another water hazard before quite a big green. You tuck the pin around the back. I've played that with some big hitters, and those guys are hitting 3 woods up short of the first cross creek, and then maybe trying to get maybe trying to get a 3-wood or something onto the green from there. But yeah, I mean, unless you're Aiden Berry, you're not taking it on.
Here he is.
Humble as about today, just like
yeah. I mean, he is a total weapon when he is playing off the ladies' tee. So
yeah, we say forward tees now.
Forward tees, brother.
Forward tees.
Jades.
We are progressive here at Kiwi Golf Club.
Yep, that's correct. Also, shout out to Max. Sup, Max? Slappy Hooky Stinger Bondi Special. That's the one that the ball bounces like a foot in front of you and then pops back.
Yeah, that's a Saturday. That's a Saturday night one, and the golf swing's a little bit different. Yeah.
Yeah, so you need those trees to stay, don't you? I mean, you're an advocate for keep the trees there, mate. You need the beauty.
Yeah, well, that's the only thing that keeps it back in play half the time. I mean, jeepers, because I haven't really been out and played. I've managed 12 right-handed holes now and 2 left-handed holes since the beginning of lockdown, and I can say very comfortably the right-handed ability is not there at all. I might have. It was an early start, I'll have to say, but I might have not made contact with the first swing I made right-handed since lockdown. Try to hit driver as hard as I could. Andrew Kwok, if he tunes in, he'll. Yeah, I had to get that out now, or else he'll post the comment and post me about it. So yeah, it was embarrassing, but thank God I'm only playing with one person, and the wine's still cold. So
yeah, I don't worry. I first round I had back. It's definitely not driver on that hole, on the starting hole. It's the 10th tee at Howick, but I pulled out driver just because surface-wise, it's a lot larger than mine. Yeah. I was like, surely I can't miss this.
No hosel. Love it.
No hosel, exactly. That's it. That's all I wanted.
Next time you're up.
Yep.
I was just about to say, next time you're up, Bondi, you should get a camera out and video. Get your phone out and have a video and do us a little whole vlog.
Yeah, whole vlog. Yeah, I've been doing a couple, and I'm actually starting to get in a little bit of the vibe of it. Did a golf cart cleaning breakdown the other day. I was pretty proud of there.
Sensational. Yeah,
I mean, if you haven't seen that, I mean, it's up there. I mean, that's 17 years of experience, which you don't just get overnight, right? And then also a couple of left-handed videos I put out there on my personal TikTok page, but they're nothing special to watch. So yeah, maybe I will go for a little right-handed one. I mean, I can do a few takes. I don't have to send the first shot.
Do the honest ones, or maybe after like a bloopers reel. Maybe I've got plenty of bloopers. I've been doing a fair bit of recording just while I've been out playing by myself. I saw Al Seymour's been out there doing a few videos as well, and Cam Jones is kind of like the OG for New Zealand. Yep. And I guess what got me wanting to do it a bit more is not necessarily get depressed when I watch Cam like make his hitting to pretty much hitting to 3 or 4 feet from 150 meters out. But just more content from average golfers. So yeah, I think if everyone just gets out there and does it, we might get a little bit of a campaign going. What's going on here?
That was the best beer delivery I've ever witnessed.
I just overate a beer from the missus.
Oh, that was amazing.
Again, just a little shout out to my boys from Chinchilla Brewery. They do live delivery as well. So it's good.
Yeah, would hate to interrupt the conversation by jumping in, but don't worry.
The door's going just for you.
But those videos, do you find, Pete, when you've like filmed one of those, like I've done a couple in the past, that you really think about how you're going to hit all the shots and how it's going to look on the video, and then you end up playing the hole way better than what you normally would?
No, I kind of just had my thing behind and kind of just put it there and go, oh, look, I know what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
And don't end up doing it. But, well, the driver's actually going well. Wedges not so well. Been duffing them heaps. So you'll be seeing that quite a bit when I put out my next blooper reel.
Yeah. I will say driver all day. I love it.
Yep. Shot Sippo. I'm going to do something different, boys. That's not on our rundown.
Okay, good last time.
I'm going to take direction from our viewers. Max has asked a question here. What you guys thought on using rangefinders on the tour? Are they allowing that? What are your thoughts on rangefinders on tour?
I'm up actually, so I'll start.
Go on.
For me, I think it takes away from the special relationship a player has with the caddy. While I do, and I think it's actually been shown to not actually speed up the pace of play, which is kind of one of the initiatives to get it into the game. So for me, it's a no. I actually really enjoy the relationship that players and caddies have together, and watching that, Steve Williams and Tiger back in the day, that relationship was special. Bones is back now. He's jumping on Hui Dinky's bag. Yeah, that guy. Hui Dinky. Yeah.
Full name.
Yeah. It's a no for me.
Yep, where we going next?
I'll go. The rangefinder part is massive, and I don't care. Like I would actually rather say no rangefinders, but okay to cards. I think that's the way I'd go. But as people were saying, it doesn't really speed up play. But those conversations that you get between player and caddy that you can go back and watch over and over and over again, and even the ones where the caddy's like so hard to the player, they're like, no, you hit the 7, mate, and they're swearing almost at each other, and then it works out or it goes completely wrong. That's what you want to see. Was it Tour Championship last year? I was just watching a highlight where last year, maybe year before, where like Paul Casey 3-iron. You remember that? Yeah, hits 3-iron, blush, club twirl, watching it like it's going to go in the hole, and he flies the green by 20. And then he just looks at the caddy looks at him, caddy's looking up in the air, looking at the bag. The 4-iron's still in the bag. I gave him the 3. Whoops. They were so happy with all of it.
But I think the story was he had a 3-iron.
3-iron. Yeah. He had it too long. Yeah.
They no, 2 3-irons.
2 3-irons.
And was it 2 bent to 4? Yeah. One was bent to 4-iron loft.
But those interactions you get with the caddies, if you put in a laser, you just take that away straight away. Like you might as well just say to the players, carry your own bag, I think. I'm a no as well.
Luke?
Oh, it's far from me to be someone that disagrees, but I'm going to go. Look, I mean, I get what the guys are saying, but look, I mean, let's think about the Olympics, right? And I know we're talking about tour. Maybe we're being specific to particular tours, but let's have a look at the Olympics and let's have a look at the quality of the golf talent that was out there. I mean, watching the ladies golf at the Olympics, and it was awesome. And when you talk about that special relationship with the caddy and those epic caddies, you're talking about the top 1% of golf players can afford and B, recruit and retain a caddy of that caliber. And we saw players at the Olympics that had their, there was one the girl from India with her mum on the bag. There are players out there that are hustling on the tour with the caddies that they're given by the tour at the tournament they turn up at, right? So not everyone travels with their caddies, not everyone has that relationship. So, I mean, I don't know, like, is using a laser rangefinder just actually leveling the playing field, which is why we're seeing some of these guys kick off about it.
Well, that's a good one, actually.
That's a good point.
There's exceptions to the rule. Like, I remember the Mexican caddy that was just at the resort that Matt Kuchar played at, I think. He won was it a WGC Mexico event or something? And he got dragged over the coals for I think he paid like 1,000 pesos or like bugger all money to his caddy. I think he got reamed for it from social media. But there's people out there. What am I trying to say? Fuck it, who cares? Go to the next person.
I've got one. Okay, so it was a tie into a question from a couple of weeks back with that player impact program. What if you're part of the player impact program, you're not allowed a rangefinder, but if you are part of it, if you aren't part of it, you're allowed a rangefinder, because those are the players that can afford and retain a caddy, right?
Yeah.
So those ones should be allowed should be allowed to do that. Imagine if you gave every other player the advantage of having a rangefinder. It wouldn't work ruling wise, but God, it'd be funny to see just Bryson cry about it for a little bit.
Yeah, I think the takeaway for me is like don't forget that not everyone has caddies of that caliber. So like not everyone has a professional caddy. Some have. If you turn up to New Zealand, if you look down in Queenstown for the New Zealand Open in the last 5 years, and you play golf, you're a member at any of the golf clubs down there, you know that you get an email asking you to be a caddy. And that's like, you put me on the bag, mate, I'm going to give you the 3-iron, the 7-iron, or the whatever, right? Like I am not the guy to give you the distance. So, maybe it's just maybe the tour's just trying to even the playing field and there's a consideration.
That's a real good point. I might be convinced actually now actually thinking about what you're saying. Because we always talk about equipment and how like the 1% are complaining about how the ball's going further or whatever. What about the other percentage? And that's who we're always thinking about. Oh, we want the clubs to go further for the 99% of players that are actually playing golf. Luke's completely right. The 99% of competitive golfers playing golf probably actually can't afford a caddy. So I'm Luke, you've changed my mind. I'm actually for the rangefinder now. Seriously, it's a really good point. Yeah. Sign him out. That was great.
Yeah, great question though. So cheers for that.
Good question.
Yeah. Shot Max. Yep.
Just on that one. Is that why the bro had to have a seat? Old J-Man had to have a seat on the 17th of Gulf Harbour? Was he carrying Ryan's? Does he have a staff bag or?
No, I'm pretty sure. No, he had a stand bag, didn't he?
Yeah, just Trixon sandbag. That he had out there. It was funny though, because like Jason, I'm going to share it again because it's the greatest photo in New Zealand golf as far as I'm aware. Him having, I think also, I mean, there's no video evidence. I'm pretty sure Ryan carried his bag down 18 on his own. And if that's not true, this rumor will eventually become true. So it's very important. I'll share that one out.
Can't believe I'm watching this, but I love it, boys. Well done. Sippo, thank you for tuning in, man. We should probably have a chat with Sippo one night. I reckon. Oh
my God, how good would it be?
Sippo, comment. Would you be keen on maybe jumping on a podcast in the near future? I reckon that would be a good laugh. Where are we going next? We want to go to a queer. Let's go here. Rangefinder is a toy that caddies and their professionals should check distances before the first round. Much the same as rally drivers and co-driver do recognize when they do pace notes. So it can be part of sussing out distances before round one. Cheers, Peter Van Kempen Sr.
That is not me, by the way. That's my dad who's
alias
out there somewhere. I don't know if you are watching, just come and pop your head in, Dad, and give everyone a bit of a hello.
Sippo got back to us. Sure, I'm in. That would be a good laugh, and I reckon that would be a good episode too. So keen on that.
Been around a while. Oh, today's good too. Good stories.
Been around a while. Great start, Bondi.
I'll tell him. He knows. He's been there for all of them. He knows. It's not a surprise.
Where are we going next, Bondi?
We're out there for us Aucklanders who don't have all the freedom that Luke has. I want to talk about gimmies. Because we're kind of playing gimmies loose rules.
That would be no.
No. Good chat. Okay. Good. No, but
it's a no for me.
Yeah. So that was the part is that where do you obviously probably social golf playing alone at the moment when you're playing out there in level 3, the gimmies are happening. Where's the point where a gimme stops? Or where's the point that you guys like? I want to talk about the distance of gimme first, and then which type of situation that you're in. So what's the biggest gimme that you'd ever give? PJ, come on. What's the biggest one?
10 foot.
Big.
Oh! I'm playing with Pete this Saturday. That's it. Sign me up.
No. He knows. PJ knows.
Yeah, no. That's a dig at someone that we both know. His name is Sam Chapman. Hello, Sam Chapman.
Good.
I don't like giving gimmies, but to make people feel uncomfortable, I'll go like maybe 3 foot max. But yeah, about 2.
2. Okay,
Yeah.
that's nice.
Yeah. PVK?
Yeah. I kind of. Ooh, what's going on here? Sorry, I cut you guys out. My bad.
Who's got the stage?
I kind of don't like giving gimmies in the first 2 or 3 holes unless they're within a putter handle, and I'd really just like to see how the other player is putting, and if they're just missing stuff from 4, 5, or 4 foot, 3 foot. It's like, nah, bro, you're putting that shit out all day.
Yeah.
I ain't giving you shit.
Yeah.
But if they're sinking it, then I'll quite happily give it. And that kind of goes both ways, but it comes back to, I guess, having a bit of an integrity,
Yeah. No. We've already had a comment regarding Sam Chapman. Sam Chapman loves the gimme. Ha ha. Very nice, Josh. Very nice. Luke, your thoughts, man?
Probably a no. Probably a no. I think I've read some stats recently about number of putts missed within 2 feet, and what would be interesting, I think, would be to over a long run, maybe over a season or something, doing no gimmies versus a season where you did gimmies and just compare scores, because I guarantee your score would be lower with gimmies, and that's not what it's designed for. So, I mean, for me, firstly, if there's money on the line, if there's beers on the line, if it's club competition, it's a no. Just no, not even a tap. Otherwise, if you're playing with some mates, whatever. I mean, whatever you agree, it's your game. But I think for me, even inside the putter handle is a bit dubious. I've seen people miss them. I've missed them. So, I think unless it's that little wee tap in where you're really lucked out and it's on the edge, it's probably safer to err on the no for me.
Yeah. Seeing as this is your question, Bondi, you must have something to say about it.
Oh, I mean, I think you summed it up pretty good. I can't remember who said it, but that integrity, it was Luke or PJ, the integrity part? Was it Peter? Okay. baby brain. No, I can't say that. No, but the integrity part, I think, is actually a great word to use and throw out, because when you are playing your gimme part, right, especially when you play a social round, and then you hand in your scorecard, your handicap, like Luke's saying, would come down.
Yeah.
And then you play in a tournament, and then you complain about not winning anything. So, well, actually, your handicap should possibly 2 shots higher, because those putts add up on a green. So, yeah, it's a no from me. But a social round, a few beers, and when you're playing, we'll let a few things slide. If we're not returning a card, that's probably the big part, the big defining point for me. But even in that time, I quite like when I've had a few gimmies and they get a 3-footer and they would go to pick it up, and you go, no, you putt that, and you see the hand shake, the sweat off the brow, and you just know the laugh is coming to get them. And when they push it a little bit. So yeah, a no from me. If you're handing in a scorecard, outside of that, I'm not really too concerned.
Yeah, good call.
It reminds me of like NBA 2K when you're trying to take free throws and you're the person you're picking is like bashing in the you can just feel the controller pulsating. Buzzy
loves the pulsate.
Yeah, I love it.
Bondi's typing. Bondi's typing.
Oh no! I just thought.
And he's saying we need to talk about dress codes.
Well, it was a small segment. We can fire straight into it. We've only got roughly about 5 minutes left. I don't know how much time we got.
I don't know. Let's go.
You want to get something else? We'll save it for next week.
We'll go quick fire. We'll go dress code next week.
Yeah.
Okay. Next week, tune in. We'll be talking about dress code. It's a little tease, for next week. All right, quick fire questions. Who wants to go first? I'm going to fire you through. No, okay, sweet.
I'll go. Yeah, yep.
I don't want to repeat all the questions the same, because otherwise people might get a bit bored. So what I'll do is I'll hit PJ with 3 questions. I'll hit PVK with 3 questions. I'll hit Luke with 3 questions.
Yeah.
I only wrote 8 questions, so I'm going to have to make one up at the end.
Okay. Good enough.
Okay. Mr. PJ. Ideal round. Are you walking or karting?
Karting all day.
Okay. You have 20 minutes before your game. Are you putting, chipping, or driving before you go out and play?
I'm at the bar.
Great answer.
Yeah.
All right, PJ wins, guys. Sorry, there's nothing else. Right, would you rather go to the US Open or to the Open Championship?
Oh, because I was at the bar. I'm at the US Open.
Good viewing. Okay, PVK. I feel these are a bit biased actually now. Okay, right, PVK. Apron. You're on the apron of the green. Wedge or putter?
Well, I should be playing putter, but I play wedge.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
I do.
That's interesting.
Wedge or an 8 iron. Wedge or an 8 iron.
All right. Okay. Do you do beers on the course or after the course?
After the course. I would drink on the course more, but I carry, so.
Right. Okay. Yep. No. Yep. Okay. And then a round with Tiger or a round with Jack?
Tiger.
Okay.
Easy.
Nice. Okay. And then we got Luke. So cell phone on the course or in the bag or left in your car, not used at all?
On the course.
Okay. 6 holes left to play and you're leading the scramble by 1. You have a par 5 in front of you. Do you go for it or lay up?
Well, it's never happened, so go for it.
Before we move on, have you got the last question? If you don't, I do.
Last question. You go.
Okay. Last question. Music on the course or not on the course?
Not on the course.
Oh, you suck. Okay, thank you very much for joining us, Luke. Yeah, we'll reel you back in.
What's the thinking there, Luke? Just like a bit of peace and quiet?
No, I just had my own music taste, and you know why isn't no one else is getting into a bit of country western like we do down here in the O3? So,
I'm all about that.
Country western.
I'm all about country.
I don't know. Yeah, maybe I'll learn to love it, but not my thing. Yeah, so Bushnell cart speakers. I know PJ wants one. So
those things are actually awesome for the point of that you can write your own stuff on them that it will stay, and which obviously gets out of hand and we can't repeat any of it on air. That's the part where I think like the music is a complete write-off, the GPS is a complete write-off, to have that text to speak that plays through your speaker at full noise. That's 100% the only reason I got one.
Oh, we've had one come through in the comments.
Yeah,
we got.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I did see that. I was going to say, let's save that for next week. So
we'll save that one for next week.
Next week that's coming up.
Let's definitely get into that one next week. Yes, Daniel Pierce, 100% music on the course, along with Sippo music on the course. And like you said, he's been around for a long time, and even he's thinking music on the course. So
yeah, you used to get the vinyl out, on the gramophone in the back of the car.
The Member gramophone.
Member gramophone. I don't know what it's called. I wasn't around back then. Dig myself a hole that I'll get out of very fast. I'll throw an order in for some shoes, Sippo. Don't you worry. Now, I just want to quickly before we wrap up. End of the year, if you are just people, anyone listening in Queenstown, the first week of December, just let me know. I'm going to be down there, hopefully, bar everything else that's going on, and would like to, catch up for a beer with any of the KGC fam that are down there. So just send me a direct message and let me know, and I can start planning something. I've got like 5 rounds of golf booked, so I don't know if I want to go play golf, but definitely drinking some beers in one of the local places down there. Would love to catch up with you.
Yeah, nice one. And thanks, boys, for having me. And same goes, if there's some KGC guys out there that want to come have a hoon at Clearwater, slide into my DMs. Otherwise, always keen for a beer. And great to be here.
Yeah. We've got to get another Christ or Canterbury event up and going.
Yeah, it's been a while since the Harewood event last year, like the beginning of last summer.
Yeah,
so.
almost a year. I'm going to say a year next month.
So if there's anyone out there again that's pretty keen on helping assist me in organising something, getting something off the ground, then For some reason, I don't think I'll make it to that one this year. Just saying.
Me neither.
Yeah, Bondi.
Yeah, I'll give it a stab. It's just going to be based on the COVID stuff. I mean, I haven't been to Christchurch in ages, and I didn't want to bring it up at the time, but I actually haven't played Shirley before, so I think I need to go down before I get an opinion on anything that's happening.
Yeah, same. Actually, same. Nah. Sweet. Boys, I am going to wrap it up there, but if you do have one last thing very quickly to say, your time is now.
See the ball, hit the ball. That's it.
See the ball, hit the ball. And that was the cheers from Luke. So we're going to wrap it up there, folks. So if you want to join us same time next week, looks like we're going to get into dress codes.
Get to open with those questions there. I'm liking that.
Yeah. So Bondi, if you want to note those questions down, we'll get into the dress code conversation next week because it's one that I definitely want to talk about. That's us from the Fourball at the KGC. We'll see you same time, same place next week. Enjoy your golf. See you later.
Yeah.